Hello crafters, welcome to Create at Home with G and another guest design slot for fernleydesigns.com. There will be a link for Fernley Designs in the description box and in the comments. Today I'm going to be using their 2-inch cubes. Now these are ideal for ATBs, artist trading blocks. They are 2 inches by 2 inches and they come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. You have 2 that look like that, and that is the top and the bottom, and the other 4 pieces look like this. Now I use art glitter glue to put my wood pieces together. Now some of you may think that's not going to be strong enough. Now I have made units that store my dies, that store my embossing folders, and I used art glitter glue for the joints, and they are still as strong as they were when I finished them, and I've had them for 2 years. So the art glitter glue really does work very well. You're going to need a paper pad which is Christmas themed, or you know, if you decide to do this for another holiday. You're going to need 6 2x2 white card squares. You're going to need a faux bottle brush Christmas tree. You're going to need some embossing ink pad and some embossing powder. You're going to need some wooden letters. Now these I have in my stash, and I'm going to be using the Y today because I've done 2 previously and I'm spelling out the word joy. You're also going to be needing a smaller square, and this square measures 1.5 inches. So I'm going to choose a paper pad from here, a piece of a designer sheet from here. Which one shall I have? So I want one that's kind of green coloured maybe. Okay, I'm going to go for this one here, and I'm going to punch out 6 squares, and this is a Martha Stewart punch. I'm not the biggest fan of it because you can't really see what you're punching, but I do try and line it up so I get the most out of my paper. Right, I have this distress ink pad which is Vintage Photo, which is almost running out, but it's one I use for this particular process, where I go straight onto the cardstock and I'm just going to ink the edges. I'm going to have the ink go into the middle of the page of this square, 2-inch square. I just want to, you know, make it so it's not so stark white. You will need some foliage as well, like some berries or some pine twigs, that type of thing. I'm also going to do these, not that you see it much, but I do like to do just the edges. Okay, let's get that's that done. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss my letter. So I'm just going to get a scrap of paper, and I'm going to emboss my letter Y. Okay, and we will put him aside also. Okay, now let's construct our box, our cube. Now, as I said, this is the top and this is the bottom. Now, the best way to do this is have your pieces so you have the indentation and then the out part facing opposite directions. Don't have them going from top to bottom, have them going from left to right. And then you connect the oh, hang on, wrong way around. And then you connect the indentation into the open slot. So these two will always have the open slot. So you turn it and you turn it and you turn it, so it creates the cube, and then that goes directly on top. So just to go through that with you again, you have the 2 open spaces going from top to bottom, and the open space and the bit that juts out from left to right. And you do that with every single piece, so it goes together smoothly. Obviously these aren't glued together, so it's a bit tricky to hold them all, but I'm going to glue them together with you anyway. So you end up with, get in, you end up with that. So I'm going to do the base. That's what I'm going to do first, and then that will help me place the others. Right, so we have our base. Okay, and I'm going to put art glitter glue down the seams. anywhere where the next piece touches is where you want the glue to be. So just line it up and then put your glue where it needs to go. Okay, and then as I say, in the crease, top and bottom, and anywhere where the glue is going to hit is where you put glue. Okay, so that's that. You're also going to need a hole punch. Now I'm just going to use my crocodile, and I'm just going to quickly work out where the center is, which should really be about an inch in, but because you've got these pieces here, it doesn't quite work out that way. And where is my pencil? Put things down, crafters, and then they disappear. So I'm just going to go from corner to corner. And I'm using the larger hole in my crocodile. And I've got some junk in my crocodile. I need to poke that out. That's it. Get out so I can see what I'm doing. Right. Let's put you in. And I'm going to do the same with one of my white card inserts and my green inserts, just going to get it into roughly the center. Right. Now crafters, I'm going to use my white and my green, and I'm going to cover the sides of this box. Okay, so you end up with that then, crafters. Now this top piece I'm going to glue my cardstock on. And I'm going to glue my green piece on. And I'm going to glue my Y onto what will become the front of my box. So just choose where you want the front to be. I think I quite like that facing there. Okay, now we come to our Christmas tree, and now this faux Christmas tree measures from the base here to the top at about 5 inches. I am going to take this wooden part off, and before we get to that stage, actually I need to put on my foliage. So I'm just going to use some foliage from my stash. I've got my hot glue going on the side here. Red berry. So let's put this red berry on our top here. And a bit of foliage on either side. You don't need much. And then we're going to put the art glitter glue on the base here, and we're going to poke the Christmas tree into the hole, replace the wooden base, and then using one of my clamps, I'm going to clamp that so it adheres and glues together. And in true Blue Peter style, I have one here that I've made earlier. So now it comes to adhering this onto the top. So you're putting glue on the wells, and anywhere else the wood may touch. And this is the top. So that goes on like so, and then we have a very cute and very decorative, so there's the Y that we just finished. Here is the J. So this doesn't take long to set, so I'm just going to take that off now. In fact, I'm just going to put some hot glue around it just to speed up this video. Okay, let's put some glue. And let's put on our topper. And there we have it, crafters. We have the word joy, and these look lovely on the mantelpiece, on the sideboard, anywhere really, but very, very cheap, and they have a really big impact. And if you wanted to, Fernley Designs do a smaller one. I think they do a 1x1 inch, and you could use a smaller Christmas tree, or even these would work actually, and you could maybe put the person's initials on them, and then you could use them as Christmas decorations for the tree. Just put a bit of twine on the top. But there we go. I really, really like the way they turned out. I think they look lovely. I'm really pleased with them. So head over to fernleydesigns.com. They do ship internationally. Their rates are very, very good, and create some lovely Christmas ornaments that you can pass down from generation to generation that have been handmade by yourselves. Thank you very much for joining me today with this video, and you'll see me again very, very soon. Take care now. Bye bye.